Hello everyone. Today is July 1st, 2017. Welcome to more learning about our wonderful Young Living essential oils and supplements. So today we will be going over, of course, our Rutavala Roll-On. We'll be going over our fennel. We'll be going over our thieves oil. And check the adjacent videos all about lavender vitality and about our wonderful essential Zyme 4. Those are coming up right after this one. So let's get started with our Rutavala Roll-On. This has been out of stock for quite some time. Why? Unfortunately, the last 3 years, valerian oil, which is one of the oils in the blend of Rutavala, has had very difficult, heavy rains right at the time of harvest. So it completely ruined our ability to extract the right essential oils that from the valerian plant that have actually the best full spectrum of the properties that the plant has to offer that are beneficial to us. So that's where the shortage of valerian came from, which then affected many of our products, including Sleep Essence and including Rutavala. Well, we're starting to get on the other side of that now and moving forward. And so guess what? We have Rutavala available, and it is in the roll-on. So let's talk about the 3 oils that are in it: Ruta, valerian, and lavender. Each constituent that I talk about in the 3 oils that make up the Rutavala are actually the top 2 constituents in each one of these oils. Let's talk about the 2 top chemistry or chemotypes in Rutavala. Anytime you hear the word nonanone, think of brain modulation. Think of emotional brain, physical brain. Think of the electricity, the neurology in the body, things like that, the chemistry of nonanone. So that's really important to understand how the nerves and the electricity of our body work together. And the other is undacanone. So remember, anytime you hear the onanones, think of brain, think of neurology, think of electricity. Valerian. Valerian has borneol acetate in, and it has campheine in it. Borneol acetate, is very calming and very relaxing. So now that we've talked about Ruta and valerian, 2 of the oils that make up the blend of Rutavala, let's go to the 3rd, which is lavender. Lavender has both linalool and linalool acetate in. Why does that make it so wonderful? Well, those are also calming. They are relaxing. They work with the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems, especially when you apply it to the brainstem area, to help create and restore healthy functioning and maintain healthy functioning. So that's what those constituents do. So how do we use the Rutavala? Well, I'm going to just tell you very quickly. First of all, the roll-on is wonderful because you have this wonderful little roll-on top here. So a couple things you can do is you can roll it right in the neck like this, in the jugular area. You can put it on the back of the neck if you'd like, roll it like this. Say that you're feeling where you have a hard time, what I call downshifting. Definitely get it under the nose like this, really helpful. If you're tending to hold a lot of tightness in the head, I absolutely would zigzag it across my forehead without any problem. Another really good thing to do is roll it up and down the spine, or if you take it the bottom of the foot between the big toe to the heel, roll it right along that area as well. Really powerful, really wonderful. You're going to feel results in, I'd say, anywhere from 2 to 20 minutes, where you'll start to feel your body just go, and exhale. One of the other wonderful things that we do with the Rutavala is it's great to use, I'd say put it on about 20 minutes before you want to go to sleep. Many people, it helps them, including infants now, it really helps them to release the tensions of the day, calm the mind, and just really get your body's ability to move into a place of deep rest. And Gary actually studied with the surgical team in Ecuador. And one of the things that they did on the mobile surgical units, where they would take these large vans and they'd go out into the remote villages all over Ecuador. And what they actually did surgery. They'd put up surgical tents, and they'd service the individuals in the area, the indigenous people, that had no way to get to a hospital that needed a lot of help. Gary said there was a significant amount of things like gallbladder surgeries, other type of digestive surgeries. So one of the things that they did in their research is they would put Rutavala on before going into surgery and before the anesthesia, and then coming out of surgery, they'd apply it again to the wrists, to the back of the neck, to the throat area. And let's just say that the results were extremely favorable, very positive. The other thing that I do personally, for those of you who are new, I had an accident a little over a year ago, and the left side of my body had quite a bit of damage. And so one of the things that I'm doing with the Rutavala is, for those of you who know, they had to remove bones in my left hand here. They're all gone. I have this bone here, I have a part of this one here, but between here and here, they've all been removed. But because of the significant amount of work required in the surgery here, the surgeon told me that they had to cut a lot of nerves. So one of the things that I do now is I'll take my Rutavala, and really to support my healing, I'll just, a couple times a day, I'll just rub it in this whole area here and just get it on the wrist where the blood vessels are, and I'll just rub it all over here like this. And you can barely see my scar, so you'll notice that not only is Rutavala good for many parts, it's also very good for our skin as well. So this is why I love our Rutavala. It's been out of stock for quite some time. And if you have an opportunity this month, it is a gift from Young Living with a qualifying purchase if you're in the United States. Now, there's one other thing about Rutavala I'm going to tell you. This is something that, gentlemen, you're going to have to find out for yourself. And this is definitely over 50% of men experience this. So here we go. If you want to take your Rutavala oil, and you can rub it anywhere in your body that you'd like, but if you really would like to, perhaps rub it in the groin area as well. And then maybe a few hours later, I'd say probably 60 to 70% of men experience, let's just say, a surprise. That could be an awakening surprise, and I'm going to leave it at that. So the Rutavala is, we found some interesting anecdotal uses that's not in any chemistry book. But I can tell you that many, many, many men say, oh yeah, that was my experience too.
Clap along if you feel